Whoa, 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 whoa. There's some action coming in on the referee here. Someone's blocking after the whistle. I mean, that's a good thing to see. But we're looking at Tyler Nubin here. So he shows a willingness to collapse in on the run, so that's good. Now, it's going to take forever to evaluate these defensive backs because they're not even in the field of view, broadcast view. And I'm not sure there's any coaches' film available for us to see, so we'll just have to presume what's happening out of shot. And frankly, the best time to evaluate a defensive back is in when they're backed up in their own red zone. So a great safety would be in this region by now, but Nubin's fair way out of position. There's going to be a lot of just standing and watching, sitting and watching for me here. Alright, at this point you've got to cover those deep, what we're presuming will be deep posts. That's a long drop back, so the safety's got to make sure that he's protecting deep. Alright, so now the pass is is short, and so then the safety can collapse in. And that's him there. Yeah, this is a great opportunity to evaluate. So it's 3 deep. What was it? 3rd and 16. Okay, so very conservative play call defensively. Not allowing anything deep. Frankly, I think Nubin might have given up a play behind him here. If this quarterback sees this and throws the ball straight down the middle, pretty much at the referee, then his receiver could catch up to it and make a grab behind Nubin, because Nubin's getting greedy. He needs to have his head on a swivel, understand that this guy wants to break it deep. And if this quarterback could just step up in the pocket and launch it straight down the field, then Nubin might be in trouble here of giving up a huge play, which would be embarrassing as a deep safety on 3rd and 16. Because he gets greedy. He's like, okay, now I can get in on this. So that wasn't great recognition, I don't think. Oh boy. Okay, so what's happening pre-snap here? Okay, play action. Where is he? He's here. Okay, so he's following the motion, so that's good. And then probably trying to cover outsides, that's good. And at this point, he's got to understand that the ball carrier is committing inside, so he's got to get inside as well. But instead, he doesn't really do that. I mean, it's all right play because it's forces contain, so it didn't break outside where the defense is weakest. And it's a first down, but it's not a huge play. So good shuffling of feet there, keeping his head up. Would have liked him to get inside and make a play on the ball, but that's pretty fundamentally sound stuff. That's really strong run stopping there. Keeping his hips forward by shuffling his feet. Willing to get physical, taking on a guard, and drops a guard. So as a safety, that's some impressive work. That'll make the offensive line second guess whether they want to take him on, which is, a good investment. I think he's directing traffic a bit there, so that's good. He's really good at shifting laterally. Yeah, he's very physical against the run. I think he's going to be alright, at the very least. Well, this quarterback needs to escape the rush faster. Like, step up. Look at this giant amount of space here. Step up. And that's an interception by Nubin. So, must have been following the quarterback's eyes there. Guarding against the deep route. So that's great. Great work there. Look, I don't have all day to evaluate. Yeah, see, I think he's going to be really good at run stopping, but unfortunately, I think he's just going to allow some deep passes because there was that rep that we showed earlier where the receiver could have gotten in behind him and and a great quarterback would have made that throw. And here Nubin is allowing this inside release. I would like him to position his body here, making the receiver have to go outside of him. But this could be quite an easy pass over the middle. And if Travis Kelce breaks the route off soon and gets some space, then it's potentially a house call because Nubin was giving in the inside release. But he's clearly a pretty savage run stopper, I think, and can cover some good space, willing to be physical. Yeah, I don't like this. This is getting greedy. He's got to essentially take the responsibility of guarding this guy because his teammate is allowing an inside release and Nubin doesn't stay with this guy and actually follows the route to the flat, which is already covered. So, yeah, I'm not sure he's very fundamentally sound in pass coverage, but he's going to be a good run stopper. I would say like a mid-round grade on him. Definitely wouldn't consider him in the first round. Javon Bullard. And thanks Adrian Senko again for this tape. That was some whack-ass fucking throwing motion. The hell was that? Was that our guy Bullard who missed that potential pick? Alright, so he's getting greedy here. So at this point, it could still be a run-pass option where this receiver, it could get in behind him because the safety got greedy and is stepping up and the receiver could get behind him. And the quarterback could keep the ball in this situation and make that throw across the middle. And again, that's a potential long touchdown given up by Bullard just because he wants to make this short stop. So don't like that. So he's out of view here. Is that him? I think so. He's playing man coverage against, I'm presuming it's a tight end. He's not really fighting to get over where the ball is, so I don't like that. I'm presuming he shut down something in the backfield there. Okay, following the receiver well. Is he getting a bit handsy there? That's good work. Standing up a blocker in space. A lineman no less. You know, you're seeing a lot of defensive linemen don't do this as like essentially straight arm the lineman so that frees up space to release when they want to, and that's a good play on the ball too. So that was a really good rep of run stopping in space. So pressing up here. Wow, he's really good at standing up blockers. He's got great technique. That's great hand placement. Pointing his hips to the sideline there, which is what you want to see. Oh. Again, it's going to take ages to evaluate these guys because they're just not in view. Was that our guy? Was it? He's number 22, is he? Yeah. So he picks up this route. Would have liked him to pick that. I think he could have gotten two hands to it. Need to seal the deal. Just not seeing enough from him, really. Leaving his feet a bit too willingly there on the tackle. Interesting that, like, these guys aren't very big, are they? Both Nubin and Bullard could be cornerbacks. Like, they're not very big, so I guess teams are these are considered the highest ranked safeties, and I guess teams are wanting speed over size and physicality. Like, fortunately, these guys are quite physical for their size, but ironically, they're actually not all that good in pass coverage by the look of it. Like, allowing stuff behind them, which is basically a defensive back's... like, it's a deal breaker for me. If you're a defensive back and you allow receivers to get behind you, you're just a liability. It's your number one job. Oh, okay. So the quarterback's got the ball now. He's hustling over to it. He could have laid the boom with his right shoulder there, perhaps. Maybe just didn't want to get his body involved. Ugh, there's a lot of helmet-to-helmet shit going on there. The quarterback's got a nice arm. Yeah, look, Bullard's a very similar prospect to Nubin. Mid-round grade for him, I would say. Ooh, hello. I like a guy who aggressively comes in and freaks out the offense. Would like him to sift through traffic a little bit better. He shows easy athleticism, like even just these dropbacks are, makes it look easy, and he looks quite solid physically. Shows good hustle, trying to force a fumble there. Would like him to slap with his right arm and keep his head out of it. So, what would an absolute world-class safety have done in this situation? I don't think they could have done much better. Like, this is just a lot... The linebackers aren't helping Bishop out at all here. They're all going complete opposite direction to where the offense is actually wanting the ball to go. And Bishop does a good job of forcing the inside run, I suppose. And then he disengages from the block and hustles upfield. So Washington broke that, but it certainly wasn't on Bishop, I don't think. And look, he's hustling to the ball. Come on, get upfield. Get in front of the ball. He puts his head in the wrong spot, man. Shit. He's a flag waiting to happen. He just got beaten deep. Pass interference. See here, he's got to get backtrack. He's got to be here at this point, but he gets caught up on a little chip, and there's the pass interference as a result. Yeah, pre-snap, what should he have done here? So it's 1, 2, 3. So Bishop doesn't have a man to cover here, so he's got to have pre-snap recognition and line up as like a linebacker. But he doesn't do that, and so therefore Washington have the numbers advantage here, and easy touchdown. So that's poor pre-snap recognition from Bishop there. I think he's completely lost in coverage, or just positionally. And I think just good understanding of positioning as a safety is like the number one thing, and that tackling technique I don't think is very on point, but it's such a shame because he's a really good athlete. I would propose, like, would he be better as a running back? Because he's clearly one of the most athletic guys on the field. So I would probably say late round grade. He's not a complete liability, but he's got a lot of work to do as far as like studying the game and understanding where he's got to be. And that tackling technique's just absolutely horrendous. Holy shit. What is that? Penix Destroyer, according to Highlight Castle. Do they highlight where he is? I've got to go with my homie Adrian Senko. Does he cover this? No, he allows his cornerback to be one-on-one on a deep ball. What's he doing fiddling with his mouthpiece as the play is freaking happening? I like this player. He's working his ass off. Look at that. Can he recover and get over to this? I mean, he's nowhere to be freaking seen. He seems very lackadaisical. So here he is, just, what's going on? And here it's just like there's so much going on. I think you've got to be patient as a safety and not get drawn in by anything. He's got to backtrack and protect against... So what happens here? 3rd and 5. Okay. Empty set. Pre-snap, he's got to know that it's definitely going to be a pass. And seeing as he's the last line of defense, I think he's got to get a little bit more depth and then understand that he's got to rely on his teammates to make the plays here. So he gets sucked in by all these crossing routes, and I'm assuming he follows these guys, leaving this crossing route completely wide ass open. And then he doesn't get in the frame. Here he is, just jogging. If he was running harder, he could have made the tackle. Absolute bum. Holy shit. And he's the 4th ranked safety. Disgusting. But he's probably girthy. He looks he looks quite large for a safety, so yeah. He probably puts up good testing numbers, but holy shit, doesn't know what he's doing and low effort. Yuck. Alright. Here we go, another smaller safety. But keep in mind, Micah Hyde is a pretty small safety and he's the best in the game. I think he's a converted cornerback even. So he allows the receiver behind him. Again, big no-no. Does an alright job there of forcing the run in the middle. It's just his teammates don't really do a good job to mop up. Pretty slothful. Just jogging. Nah, he ain't it. Yuck. How can you be jogging when, like, you could come through and have a touchdown-saving tackle? These guys don't want it, man. They're not competitors. See, this guy shows more attentiveness. Shows more heart. That was good job standing up the... like, breaking up this route, really. But... like, is it clear? Is it just man coverage here? It's kind of weird shit going on. And it's very aggressive defense, formation-wise. Because this guy's the deepest dude. Everyone else is, like, pretty much up on... almost on the line of scrimmage, right? As soon as there's a 3 or 5 step drop, I think Bullock's got to know, alright, shit, like, we're way too aggressive here. I've got to get deep. I've got to backtrack. But he gets caught up in... just his man, and this is the result. Long ass touchdown. So that's a real team. Could so if there are one-on-one, if it's one-on-one here, so who's supposed to have the running back? This guy up on the line of scrimmage, and he realizes too soon and gets beat. So that's great play calling, and too aggressive. 2nd and 1, I suppose you can step up, but this is where Bullock has to be a good team player and maybe give up a short yardage play so that they didn't give up what they ended up giving up, which was a long touchdown. This quarterback looks pretty good. Pretty smooth. Oh, it's a disappointing drop. Yeah, he's out of position too here. So, just safety, often off-ball linebackers and safeties I'm finding are just way too aggressive. Like, they can't just chill and just, like, evaluate what kind of play is developing before making their move. Like, they've just got to make their move, like, before the snap even happens, it seems. Again, that's allowing a deep release. So, I think he shows good enough agility to stop some runs in space and keep up with some receivers, but he might be better as just like a man corner based on what I've seen, because he's got the physical attributes, but he's going to allow some deep plays, and you're no good as a safety if that's the case. Oh shit. This is almost an immediate fail. Look, he doesn't move with the motion and then allows 1, 2 guys behind him. But he allows this guy... like, there's really no point him even being on the field in this position, because just allows a complete broken play. And if JJ McCarthy... could have... What should have happened here? Maybe McCarthy should have thrown it already. And perhaps thrown it a little bit shorter so that the receiver could grab it and then run infield. Instead, the receiver... What should the receiver have done here? Probably stopped short and stopped running. Anyways. Fact of the matter is, Beau Brade here just got beat. Poor tackling technique. That's weak shit. Like, a strong runner is going to shrug off that tackle, I think. Because he slides down the body. Like, a great tackler would start, like a Deshaun Elliott, would start driving the ball carrier back this way. Whereas Brade is just, like, allowing the runner to take him for extra yards. So that's weak tackling. No, he's got no clue, dude. Come on, man. Is this really the best of the best? Shit. Here we are. Against a good LSU quarterback and some highly touted receivers. Oh boy. That's Simpson's fault. He looks absolutely clueless. Oh yeah, just have this. Just have that. He's of absolutely no use, man. He's got no idea. That was a really strong tackle though. I like that violence. Jeez. Why aren't any of these safeties moving with the motion? It's like, you've got to understand that football's a numbers game where Simpson's got to be over towards the referee at this point because the tight end's obviously moving in that direction. So now you've got three defenders allocated to two receivers. If that's the situation, then Simpson's got to haul ass over to where the players are. And as soon as he sees that this is just a play action, like Simpson's got to be here at this point to shut this play down. That's kind of his fault too. Again, he's got absolutely no understanding of numbers, right? 1, 2, and this guy is matched up against this guy, right? So therefore, he either needs to tell his teammate to get inside and guard against what's going on around here, and him take on the man, or allow his teammate to take this assignment and get in there himself. But he just stands there and still doesn't get really close to the ball, but celebrates the incompletion. Where is he here? I'd be moving up. Because, like, if this was at halfway, the safety's got to be pretty deep. But, like, you know, the end zone is like restricting the space of the offense. So therefore, you can afford to creep up a bit. And he's just completely out of position, so I wouldn't draft him, man. Kamren Kinchens. Does he get over here? Why is he jogging and watching? Get over there. You could affect the play. He's just jogging. Why are all these players being highly touted when they just don't play hard? Ugh. That was a pretty strong tackle. See, this is more of a traditional safety-sized guy. Like, he looks much more sturdy than some of the higher-ranked safeties. Which, you know, if you're marked up against tight ends, it's kind of helpful. But look, he's jogging here. What are you doing, brother? If this is a catch, you should be ahead of the ball so that you can stop the touchdown. But he's just watching. He's watching his defensive back be on an island. And that's some selfish shit. Oh, and he gets completely fucking... If this receiver had a little bit more awareness, could have just done a little hurdle over to the outstretched arms, and that's a touchdown. Like, that's very weak ball carrying. And Kinchens just allows himself to get blown by here. But does get there in the end, so give him that. Ugh, the fuck was that? But clearly favours his right shoulder, meaning that his might not use his left even when he should. Showed good awareness to try and bat this ball down. That was a strong tackle there. That's tough to do. I like the fact that he was going for the batted pass. I think he's got a... Okay, what would I do in this situation? I think the numbers show that the defense is weakest over here, so I think Kinchens has to glide over and protect this area of the field, which he doesn't do. It works out alright because his teammates kind of... Like, this defender did a great job. Wow. There's some great defense going on here by Kinchens' teammates. Really good goal line stand until this point. He could be more violent in shrugging off these blocks. Because that's a receiver he's allowing himself... Where is he here? Okay, it's a tight end he's up against, but just be more violent. Shrug him out of the way, and then you could make a play on the ball and potentially strip it before he gets over the end zone. I'm just not seeing enough from him to value him. Ready, he'll use his right. Yeah, see? He's got absolutely no ability to use his left shoulder, which is going to affect his longevity. It's going to affect whether he has flags thrown against him. So it's not good. So late round grade for him, Malik Mustapha. So he's getting good depth pre-snap, so that's good. Showing good attentiveness. Just gets stuck in no man's land here. Again, you just always got to prioritize covering deep. Showed good pass rushing ability there. He shrugged off that blocker. But then what happened? He's got to have wider vision and get behind this player. But gets stopped. Yeah. So it didn't have really good vision in space there. He's got to go around. But instead, it's caught up on his own man. It's got to be frustrating. Where is he here? Is that him? I think that's him. I don't know what's with these safeties just watching their cornerbacks be isolated. It's not good. Take on blockers pretty well. Oh dear. All of these guys are very mediocre. Again, just sit back. Just wait for the play to develop, then make your move. But he's just gets led astray by all the shenanigans going on. And yeah, probably late round grade on Mustapha. So let's look at the cornerbacks I haven't gotten to yet. Terrion Arnold, worthy of a top 5 pick, I reckon. And Nate Wiggins, maybe mid-round pick from memory. And then the other guys I'm not really interested in. You can watch my evaluations of those cornerbacks in my other videos. What's this? Holy crap. Drew Holiday. I've already criticised Holiday as a player. I think he's worth maybe $15 million a year, and he's just netted another ridiculous extension at age 33. So the Celtics are shooting themselves in the foot with a move like that. Drew Holiday is a mid player, and he's getting 4 years, 135 mil. The world's gone nuts. TJ Tampa, cornerback, getting in with the big boys here. Oh, that was a nice move by the receiver. I like that receiver. Have I got the energy to finish off these evaluations? Yeah, I'll make it all a self-contained video. Let's get it done. Get it done. So I think he's got to come on over this way. Bit of a breakdown in coverage, but... And he's not hustling upfield to make the tackle. Or downfield, rather. He looks a bit lost, I think. Here he is. I think he's got to back off a bit. See, he's at a disadvantage. He's got to stand back here because this tight end could have a quick out, in which case he can break on it. Or the run could go this way, and then he's already like a bit too far. And then if he shoots this way, then the run's way past him. And yeah, he's just got to be back a bit so that you can actually see what's developing. He even allows this tight end past him. And he looks just absolutely clueless. I don't like that technique of pointing your back to the receiver. Here he is over here. I mean, how are you possibly going to affect the play when you're out here? Like, it's all likelihood going to be a run straight through the middle or a pass. Like, look how weak the defense is here. All it takes is, like, a corner route there or a fade route here, and it's one-on-one situation where the offense is always going to have an advantage just because they know what's happening and the defense doesn't and has to recover. So I think as a cornerback here, he's got to be like stand where the referee is, and then potentially break on anything that's going on in this region, because his teammates covering this region of the field. So as a team player, you have to just cover up where your own defense is weakest. No, just whatever, man. Can't be bothered giving him a grade, really. Kool-Aid McKinstry. I think this guy gets a lot of media attention because of his name. Let's see if he can actually play. If he can, then like he and Arnold were making a savage cornerback duo. One-on-one. Allowing inside release. Can he recover now? Well, they play a lot of press coverage, which I like. Puts the offense under more pressure. It's like, beat me. Guiding the receiver outside, I like to see that. Here he is. Ugh. At least chip the guy. If he's not your primary assignment, at least just shove him, you know? Wow, look at that. I don't know what happened there. Yeah, not really good in run support. I think he's going to be decent as a man coverage guy, where it's just like one-on-one. But in zone coverage and run stopping, he doesn't look very effective. So probably a late round pick for him. Kamari Lassiter. And again, all these big schools, it's like, are you guys really evaluating every draft eligible player? Because you should be, because you might find some diamonds in the rough. Here he is. Does this quarterback catch the ball and he flips it around even though he already found the laces? Look, he's got the laces here. Then he flips it around and then throws it. Like, that's pretty stupid. Yeah, he's alright. Shows some caution as to what's going on. But he seems content with just doing, like, covering his assignment rather than, like, helping out the team. Like, he's probably content with just being blocked over here and not helping out and getting to the ball. Allowed a deep release here. He needs to get deep so that he covers whatever this guy's doing. And then if the quarterback finds this guy, then he's just got to recover to it. But he can't prioritize that because that's how deep breaking plays happen. Where's our guy? Who is he? Is that him? I don't know. I think, okay, it was. Yeah, alright. This is a good opportunity to see what he's got. Again, allows inside release. It's good that he's trying to see what's going on deep, and then he comes up to make a tackle, or at least be in the vicinity. He's playing with his mouthpiece while... Here he is again. I just don't like this technique. I'd rather you be facing the defender and forcing them outside rather than trailing him like that. And see, look what... This receiver could completely cross his face here and just attack this part of the field. And he gets drawn away by the receiver. What would a better cornerback have done? Again, okay. I think a better cornerback would have gone press coverage, forced the receiver outside, and then he would have been in a position to make this run stop. Instead, just sort of gives the defender space, and then the running back vacates that hole, essentially. I think a late round pick, he's going to be okay, but jeez. Ennis Rakestraw. Again, facing away from the receiver is just a bit of a no-no as far as I'm concerned. Even if the run play is there, because like you could get beat on a what's the name of that play? Like a double play. Because look, he's lost his receiver at this point, right? So it could be a double play where the quarterback gets the ball back, and then the receiver could be way downfield by now. So you've got to be accountable to what's going on. I just don't like players who, if the ball's not in their area, they don't really care what's going on. Like, I want a player who gives a shit about what's going on with his entire team. Alright, so here he's isolated one-on-one. I'd like him to jam with his left hand, but gets shook a little bit. And what happens here? So this receiver needed to run a comeback route rather than a hitch, and it allows Rakestraw to recover by actually spinning clockwise, and that's how Rakestraw can recover. But it's still kind of pass interference, so I don't know why he'd be celebrating that. I don't like him. Nah, he's too handsy, allowing inside release. Mike Sainristil. Here he is, directing his teammates well, getting out to the potential bubble screen there, or the screen pass out wide. Directing traffic, shifting over to where the motion was going, so that's good. Just showing a little bit of blinders, like only looking ahead, not really evaluating what's going on in the entire offense. Pretty ineffective rush there. Marked up 1-1 outside here, so he's got to be on high alert. Yeah, that was easy. A lot of these players have to start shifting over at this point. It's too much space to work with. Michigan won it all despite that sort of pre-snap stuff. So he's pretty physical. Allows inside release. Late round pick. So Tyler Nubin and Javon Bullard are highly regarded, and rightfully so. They're the pick of the bunch of who I just evaluated. I suppose I'll give them a shout out in my thumbnail, because the rest of the players I'm just not very impressed with. It's just Terrion Arnold is the saving grace of this draft class. Like, he's going to be a true dog, and he's going to be an all-pro cornerback for years to come, I think, because he's not really competing against many great cornerbacks in the NFL, I don't think. So, yeah. Like, subscribe, check out my website for more on my content. Thanks.